Welcome back to the Why Stop Now podcast. This is episode 20, 20 episodes into the Why Stop Now podcast. We're back again with your boy Eyes. How you doing this week? How's the week been for you?
Dude, the week's been wild. Up and down, everything and around. I'm ready for it to be All-Star weekend. I'm ready. I've always watched All-Star week. I've always been excited for it since I was a kid. I feel like the hype not I don't know if it's there anymore. Like it
No,
used to
it's
be
definitely.
East, West.
I
I
remember
knew
as
what was
a
going
kid.
on.
I remember as a kid, like counting down to All Star Weekend.
And the
Like
stars competed in the dunk
yeah,
contest too.
yeah, like people like well known stars were dunking for the contest.
Andre
Yeah,
Iguodala had a few
Dwight
good dunk
Howard,
on. Dwight Howard. Blake
Zach Levine.
Griffin,
Zach
Zach
Levine was a good one.
Levine. Yeah, duh. This is one of the best ones of all time.
Yeah,
Vince
we
Carter,
Vince Carter's. Yep.
just to
Like
name
we
a
used to
few.
have such good names in that, and now it's down to four people that aren't even super known.
Matt McClung is known.
Only four his past dunk contest that wasn't
Yeah.
even that good, honestly.
Dude, he had some pretty solid dunks. There are two or
Yeah,
three that I can
but
still remember.
put him in the years of Blake Griffin, of Zach Levine. Does he still even stand out?
Yeah, he still stands out, but he's not in the final with Zach Levine and Aaron Gordon now. You have to think Derrick Jones Jr. was also in that dunk contest and wasn't in the final. And
So
he's got bunnies.
that's my point exactly, and what I was saying with that. Not to knock McClung's dunks, but in past years, would he have made it to that final? Would he have won that
If we
final?
keep on, if we start off like this, no one's gonna even want to watch the dunk contest. It's already
I don't
looking,
blame him.
yeah, it's already looking rough.
I
It's
mean,
already looking rough.
just before we started recording, we went through and watched that highlight tape of dunks, and there's only one person that I saw. I'm gonna shout out Castle because
Steph Castle.
he was doing some nasty work in game. If he has any of the potential that I think he has for this dunk contest, he's got it in the bag.
You think he's got it in the bag over McClung?
Yes,
You haven't even seen him do anything. You
I
saw him
saw
do a
him.
half windmill and you saw him do a two-hand tomahawk.
I saw him, and that's in game. He has freedom of doing whatever he so pleases to do, and his were on people.
McClung does this stuff in the G League. He still plays ball. I don't know. All right, so if he's at putting up numbers in the G League, which apparently he is because he's on the G League team that's going to play in the Rising Stars team, in the Rising Stars Challenge, forgive me, but you know what I mean. If he's going to be on that team, he's got to be decent. Why is he never putting up minutes in the actual association?
I feel like they're honestly keeping him
They
around literally for this.
knock on the door there late and they're like, hey, it's February, time for the dunk contest.
You ready to come back and be a star for us for a weekend?
Yeah, because this is the only time he gets talked about at all. And that's, hey, he has won it 2 times in a row.
But
So
it's
we'll give the kid that.
people that aren't really, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, again,
This
not to knock him, not saying that like I could do any better because couldn't, but it's not what we grew up with. It's not the dunk
no.
contest that we grew up with,
3-point contest is more exciting now.
which is insane to say.
Yeah.
I mean, it's always been pretty good,
It
but
has always, yeah, because the big names are always coming out for that. There's
but
not as,
it's again, it's not like the dunk contest where you don't have people like LeBron in the early 2000s with the flip phone recording the dunks.
don't get me started about LeBron recording dunks at the dunk contest. That is a whole nother story. He should have been in the contest. Didn't want to do it to honor something or something or another. The fact that he was never in the dunk contest, that's one thing. It's not that big of a deal, but it's, dude, come on now. Anyways, yes, he was out there videoing and on his little Nokia Nextel and woo. You know, it was a cool moment. But now it's 3-point contest. And it's not even the last event. That's like the second to last event.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's some name. I'm excited for the 3-point contest after looking at the roster, after looking
Yes.
at the
I was
lineup.
gonna say, speaking of the 3-point contest, there are some decent names.
Jalen
Decent names in
Brunson,
there.
Darius Garland, they're both all stars. Tyler Hero's an all star.
You got
Dame Powell, he wasn't an all star. I don't believe he very much. Norman Powell very much could have been an all star. Did he get? Oh yeah, I think he did get the all star. I think he did get. He is an all star. I don't know what I'm talking about. Norman Powell has been lighting it up this year. He's 42.9% from three, which is absolutely. I mean, that's lighting it up.
But do you think he'll be able to compete with Darius Garland? Because I mean, while it's only 1%, it's still a percent. That's still a major difference in a shooting percentage in the game.
I don't think either one of them are in the final.
You don't think so?
No, I think it's gonna be between Buddy and Dame. I think it's between Buddy and Dame.
I think Dame makes it. I'm gonna give. I'm gonna give it to Brunson. I'd like to see Brunson and Dame.
I like Brunson. Yeah, he can get hot, dude. I mean, obviously he can. He's in the 3-point contest, but I feel like he's got one of those that streakiness to him whenever that 3-point shot gets hot and the momentum starts swinging his way with the crowd and the energy. He could really give everyone on that floor a run for the money. And Tyler Hero, if he gets hot, I'm not gonna lie to you, he's Mr. Streaky in my opinion on that list. Well, like I said, he's Mr. Streaky, but when he's on, he's more on than I feel like any of them. But he's not ever at that level
No,
except for very few times. I feel like Buddy gets to a not quite as high a level as Hero can get whenever it comes to streakiness. Not quite as hot, but he can get hot quicker.
I feel like Brunson's gonna come out and let people know that he is the force to be reckoned with. That he's been this season and lately.
Kind of lame, no Steph in the 3-point contest in
He's
San Fran. In
he's
San Fran, dude.
he's just getting old though.
Who can exactly? It's insane. He's getting old. What's he gonna do? Break his wrist on his follow through that he does 5,000 times a day?
It's
I'm
just
not seeing it.
I
Has he
don't.
just won it too many times?
I think he's
Is he too
just
good?
at this point. I think he's over it.
Yeah, he's the undisputed best 3-point shooter there
And
is.
of
They
NBA,
wanted to have him do that shootout against Caitlin Clark.
and
Remember?
that would have been stupid.
Yeah. That,
That
so,
would have
hey, Sabrina Ionescu held her own last year against, I believe it was Clay. Or it might have been Steph. No, it was Steph. And she held her own, but Steph, of course.
been best shooter in NBA history
Yeah, but she also was shooting from the men's 3-point. So that's impressive. But, anyways,
with a smaller ball.
no, I think she's the men's ball. I think she prepared and practiced everything men's.
Okay,
And
can't go wrong.
if I'm wrong, somebody please let me know because I've been impressed thinking it was that. So, anyways, that's who I got in the 3-point. That's going to be the event of the night. You got the dunk contest. Like I said, we got some people. I don't even know who the heck these people are, dude. Andre Jackson Jr. Who was that? Do you know who that is?
No
I
clue.
honestly thought it was Justin Jackson Jr., who also played for the Milwaukee Bucks. I'm pretty sure. And I only know him from being a Tar Heel. He didn't really do too much in the NBA, but he was on rosters. So honestly, I'm like, dang, did he get bounced or something? Who is that? They don't look similar because he's got the headband and stuff. But I was just confused. Never heard of him. Matisse Bezelis Boozy Vert.
Don't even talk to me about that. Don't ever do that again.
Boozy Vert.
This
Boozy Vert.
atrocious
He's a
atrocity.
solid rookie. His tape,
He
there's
is,
not
but
one dunk in his tape that I saw this year that said I'm winning the NBA dunk contest.
no. I mean, again,
Not one.
we watched the whole highlight tape they put out, but
And the same with and Jackson. His he had one dunk where he got up so high, if he didn't duck, his head was going to slam the rim. Now that was impressive,
I just
but
seeing the flair that I said for my guy to take it all.
you think Steph Castle's taking? I don't think anybody did anything that impressed me.
The thing that I'm
Castle, I
saying,
thought Castle's the closest, the best out of the people who have not been in the dunk contest. So the other three, he's the best out of them. And then I think McClung is just better, but we'll see.
I'm saying the flair because like where Castle
He
did that one hand
he's
yeah
ready for the moment.
and pointed straight down to the camera as he was coming down. That's a dunk contest moment. That screams put me in the dunk contest. I'm ready to have the lights, the flare, the show on
Yeah,
me.
well, that's cool. Yeah, that does show that he's ready to be in the dunk contest. But now that he's in the dunk contest, pointing after you're done with the dunk isn't that cool anymore. Now it matters about what you do once you get off your feet and you're in the air. What are you doing to make things look cool? Are you doing something we've never seen before? Because at this point, we've seen a lot of things done over and over. And if you do something that we've seen before, are you going to throw it down with authority? Is it going to be a hammer? I don't want to see none of this rattling in or this little, throwing it in the hoop stuff. I want to see a jam.
Yeah,
That to me, that's a real dunk.
yeah. No, the
So
the where they kind of toss it in. That's not a dunk. That's
now here's a question for you, Cam. Four choices NBA players right now, active only, of course. Who would you put in the dunk contest if you had four?
I'd like to see Ja in it.
Yeah,
Ja's ups are insane.
I would like to. Yeah, okay.
Um, I'm being a little biased, but this is honestly like my opinion because not even just based off of me liking these players. This is just their ups. Ant would be another great one.
Okay.
Ant's ups are wild.
Okay.
Um, two more. I'd like to see LeBron in it one time. He's about to
At his
retire.
current
He's about
dude,
he's about to retire. Let him put it in. Let him do it one time. Once. Let us see LeBron do some wild dunks on one time. Last one. Mm. Come back to me for the last one. Let's hear your four.
okay. Jericho Sims. He is or was on the New York Knicks, and he's got the he's got more bounce than anybody in the league, in my opinion. His head does touch the rim, and I mean, he's literally like a trampoline when that man jumps. I'm putting him in there.
Okay.
So that's going to be one. Number two, I'm going to have to put John there too.
Gotcha.
I just want to see what he can do. I want to see, like, I know he can do stuff.
His bounce is
I know,
insane.
I know that he's got ups like that. Then who else would I put in there? I would like to see. I'd like to see a Zion versus Jaw
I was actually about
battle
to. I was about to
right
put
there,
in real quick. I was gonna say for my
and
last one, give me a healthy Zion
yeah, I'd like to see a Zion Jaw, little number one, number two former overall picks,
from the
little
Cavs.
South Carolina, of course. So that's gonna be the bias part of it right there. But you still, I mean, I'm asking Zion to be in a dunk contest. You can't call me that crazy.
No, I mean Zion when he's healthy, a healthy Zion in the dunk contest,
And
he
he's
goes crazy.
still absolutely got it.
Oh yeah,
So I'm gonna put him in there. And then for my last one, after thinking about it, I like Shaden Sharp from the Portland Trail Blazers. I think he's got some tremendous ups, but I think he'd been in it and was a disappointment, but I'd just like to see him get one more chance. Or Jalen Green, his
what do I
dunks
also think could be in it?
He sucked when he was in it.
SGA.
Where did you come up with that?
I would just. I'd like to see a dunk contest of all guards.
I want to see Cohen Carr come into the league and
That
beat every single one of these people. I don't care if he just if he gets in the G League, they better put him in.
yeah, his
They
ups are.
better put him in because he can dunk better than any single one of anybody anywhere. And he's the best dunker to ever come out of South Carolina. At
His
me,
ups. Ooh, ooh. Over Zion.
ever Zion.
That's bold. That's
No, it's
outrageous.
not.
That's
You think
bold.
that's outrageous?
That's a bold statement.
You know what? You want to try one of these little record something, watch it, and record things? We're gonna watch Zion's tape. We're gonna watch Cohen Carr's tape, and then I'm gonna let you see exactly what I'm talking about because I don't think that you're fully grasping here what Cohen Carr does. Yeah, I've seen Zion. I went crazy over Zion. I just asked him to be in my final four of the dunk contest. So yeah, I think he's pretty freaking good. But Cohen Carr is far more like it just dude,
I'm not disagreeing.
real
I look. I'm not disagreeing that he isn't one of the most athletic players that we've seen, especially in recent years, and that his ups and his dunks aren't wild
ever,
because they are.
ever,
Ever is a bold statement.
ever,
You think he's more
ever.
athletic? You think he's more athletic than Jordan, than LeBron,
Yeah,
than
I think he's a
Kobe?
better dunker than all three of them. Yes.
But I was saying athletically, dunk wise, I was saying everything put together.
Yeah, dude, he has a higher vertical than all three of them. So that
I'm
would
not.
be more
I'm not
athletic.
saying it.
Yes, I think he's more athletic than all three of them. What are you asking?
We gotta move on. I can't
I'll
even.
put Cohen Carr's athleticism up with anybody's.
That's
Unless you're
look, look,
unless you're like Usain Bolt or freaking Michael Phelps or something crazy like that, then yeah,
look. I am
dude,
the first person to be biased towards my Carolina people.
I'm
I
not
am,
even being biased, dude. I'm not
but
even being
that
biased.
that to me is an insane statement to say that, especially when we haven't seen him even get to the league yet.
I'm talking,
We've seen players
dude. Of course, we haven't seen him get.
we've seen players be great in college and do nothing in the league.
I'm not even. I'm talking about everywhere he's balled. Yes, his hops have even gotten better since high school, and he was already the best dunker in the nation in high school.
It's just I don't.
No, we're gonna have that. We're gonna have that. We're gonna have that where we watch him beside, and we're gonna let the people vote. That's what's gonna happen. Anyways, moving on. Moving on. Because I don't
Hold
even
on,
want to
last
hear
thing.
what
Last
what
thing.
now. Now you wanted to move on earlier. Now you got a last thing. What? What is it?
I'm not gonna doubt that he isn't a great dunker because he is. But one on one in the final of the dunk contest, do I think he's beating Zion? Probably
Yes.
not.
Yes, he is. What are you talking about, dude? He has dunks online that he did. The Zion, he's done Zion's best dunks better than Zion did. He is shorter than Zion. He gets up. It's just better, dude. And now, currently speaking, this is why I can't wait for that video. I'm almost want to skip to that one. But we still have an all-star game at the end of the day. After all this crap, we still have an all-star.
Would you like to talk about the Rising Star games at all, or you want to just push past that?
No, forget
No.
that. I don't even care about that anymore. We'll get to the
Well,
Rising Star. Well, the
shout
Rising Star
out
game, the Rising Star game will play in to the All Star game, literally.
well, I'm gonna shout out one person that's playing from the G League team, Bryce McGowan's. You know, gotta shout him out real quick.
If we are gonna rep South Carolina like that, we gotta rep Bryce McGowan's. He was a Charlotte Hornet. I was so hyped when he was on the Hornets. You know how hype I was when he was a
Of
Hornet,
course.
and things just didn't pan out. He had a great summer league with the Hornets. Then like I said, didn't pan out. But now he is balling out in the G League. He is on the G League All Star team they put into the Rising Star game, and potentially, if they win, which I don't think they will, but I could be wrong. They were to win because they had a great team. They've had great teams. These players are just young and need to develop. I mean, they could really be something.
Do you think that McGowan's has what it takes to be bumped back up to the league here
Well,
soon?
he's averaging 28.7 points a game. Yeah. Yes, he's averaging more than anybody on that little G League roster they put up, other than Reed Shepard, who was a lottery pick.
Oh, okay.
Remember, I drafted him in fantasy this year,
Oh,
as a
yeah,
matter
you
of fact,
did.
and he ended up
You
sucking so bad that I had to drop
dropped
him.
him like the first week.
Yeah, he's putting numbers up in the G League. That's why I dropped him. His points didn't count for our league. That's what sucked. But here's what I like. Right, so yes, the Rising Star Challenge, they were the first ones to do this. You have to get to a target score of 40 points. They break the players down into four teams, three being from the NBA, being the freshmen and sophomores or rookie, however you want to say it. First year and second year players though, and then another team with just the G League teams. That's four. Then you play to a target score of 40 points, and whoever gets to 40 or more first wins, and then that team that they beat, they're done, and then the final two will play each other. Now, the final two in the Rising Stars, why does that matter? Because whoever wins the Rising Stars, they get to play in the All-Star game, which is hype. If you're a Rising Star, that's hype. That's lit.
Yeah,
Like, so now
going
they're
from
going to
just
play,
playing as a rising star to
and
the
they're
main
playing it.
event.
They'll play against Team Shaq first.
Mm.
So,
And
um,
we'll dive into the teams here in just a second.
but they'll play against Team Shaq, and that'll be wild. And then you've got two other teams, but there's the same format from the Rising Challenge as it is in the actual All Star game now, because the games were getting so out of hand with
They were
this
getting to like almost
200.
300.
It was just out of hand. They weren't competitive. The players didn't take it seriously
No,
at all.
they were just tossing shots and dunks and
Now it's the first one to 40, so there is no blowout, really.
no. I mean, it could be.
It could be, but there's a very low chance.
These are the
And
best. I'm not gonna say the best because I feel like some players got
got
snubbed,
snubbed. But
but
yeah, the
some of
pretty
the
much the
best players
best,
in the league.
some of the best players in the world. And then there's a first place prize for a little cash incentive, not that much to these players, but 125K, something slight, and get a watch, then get themselves some jewelry, new wrist piece, something like that, or at least half
I
of it.
mean, if the Rising Stars team were to win, that is a lot of money.
That's another thing. That's a good point. They the G Leaguers, that's like double their. I mean, you gotta think of it. They don't make 125K to the G Leaguers is a lot of money,
If
and so
The G Leaguers would have win out in the Rising Stars Challenge, and
and then
God forbid win out in the All Star League, All Star game. That's
that would be the wildest thing, Cam. That would be so wild, dude. If that
honestly,
happens,
I'm not gonna lie to you. If that
if
happens, I'm not watching the rest of the season on the NBA.
if
If
the
I just
G
watch
League if the G Leaguers win the Rising Stars Challenge, and then they go to the NBA All Star Game. They win that, all of that too. You're saying you're done watching the NBA for the rest of the year.
unless at least a couple of those guys on that G League team get automatically risen up to a roster, I'm not watching the rest of the season. I will trade off my players from my fantasy team. I will disperse them accordingly, and I won't watch any more games. I won't pay attention to any more games. I won't talk about another game. I will solely focus on NCAA
College
and golf.
basketball Cam. I was about to say you're gonna be college boy Cam.
And golf. And golf.
Oh, that's great.
If the G League team, no offense to anybody playing on the G League team, If that were to happen, I'm not watching any NBA until next season.
That's hilarious,
That's a
dude.
and I will shake on that through the screen right now. That is a bet.
All right, say less. I will be. That's not gonna happen, so it's okay. Um,
Anyways, that was a great little conversation.
I
But
so
even
they're gonna no. All right, well then let's talk about it. They have they have to play. First off, let's just go and look at what they would have to do in the Rising Stars alone. We're looking at they got to beat a team with the Thompson twins on it. Okay, that's going to be a hard team. Then I'm looking at another team, and it's got the number one overall pick, the number two overall pick on it from this past draft, who are not playing bad at all this year. Jaime Jaquez Jr. is respectable. Grady Dick is respectable, very respectable. And the kid from Golden State, I can't pronounce his last name. He plays good ball. So that team right then, Anthony Black, former Lotto pick from Arkansas, he's a good baller. They gotta beat them. And then Team C, you got Steph Castle, Dalton Connect, Zach Eady. That
that's gonna be a team.
they gotta beat them. So then whoever wins all that, they gotta start off.
I got you on Shaq's team.
Go ahead. Who's
This
on
was this was
Shaq's team?
a
Because
stacked
this is a
team.
loaded team.
So first off, actually, I won't even start with the top because we have it listed out. We have a full list. I'm not gonna start at the top. I'm gonna start at where I think medium ground is for this team. Jaylen Brown,
Yeah, he's like one of the worst players on the team.
James Harden,
He is the worst player on the team.
Jason Tatum,
He's not the worst player on the team.
AD.
Not playing.
She's not playing.
AD's hurt. Kyrie's replacing him.
Okay, Kyrie,
Sorry, I probably should have let you know that one, but
Steph, KD, and last but not least, no, we got one more. We got one more, and then last but not least, Damian Lillard.
can't forget him.
Now, last but not least, LeBron James, and that's just Team Shaq.
Oh, I thought you were reading out Nika's fantasy team.
I'm gonna tag him in the video just so we can see that.
Um,
I'm gonna clip
that,
this little part and tag him in it. Anyways,
that was
say the G,
that's a loaded roster, dude.
say the G League, the G Leaguers went out against
Whoever, not one of the teams that I just went and looked at from the Rising Stars Challenge is beating that team.
no. So say the G Leaguers somehow, no offense again, somehow beat out the Rising Stars. Their first matchup in the All-Star game are arguably the greatest of our generation. And two of the greatest players potentially of all time. Steph and LeBron.
Oh, well, I forgot the KD's not there.
You're gonna put him in the argument of greatest of all time
The fact that you're putting Steph in the argument of greatest of all
because
time.
he is the greatest NBA 3-point shooter of all time.
Yeah, he's the greatest 3-point shooter of all time. He's not the greatest basketball player of all time. He's the greatest 3-point shooter of all time. We're not even about to. You cannot put Steph in. No one argues Steph is in
No
the
one
best.
argues KD is.
They put a KD is dude. What type of
Steph,
insane? When KD went to the Warriors, KD was the best player on that team. KD's a better basketball player than Stephen Curry. Stephen Curry is a better shoot. Stephen Curry's the best shooter that ever lived.
Steph has a physical stat that says he is literally the greatest of all time.
He's the greatest of all time. How is he the greatest of all time? Are you saying he's the greatest of all?
Doing
Yes,
this,
yes. Yeah, because I'm about to
Where
clip.
is
I'm about to clip you saying Steph's the greatest of all time and post that on every social media page around. That's gonna go viral. Talk about Steph Curry up in here.
well, maybe we should do that just for funsies. But where on earth do you think KD compares greatest of all time argument against LeBron, Kobe, and Jordan?
Stop with Kobe, dude. Dude. If Kobe was alive, wouldn't be saying that.
Yes.
It's Kobe. It is LeBron and Michael Jordan. It is LeBron and Michael Jordan. That is where we're at.
Kobe's
Anybody
above
else?
KD?
Cool. I don't care who you're putting anywhere. It is just LeBron and Michael Jordan at the top. Anybody else, I don't care about. But KD and Steph, I think they're both in the top 10. Where you put them,
Definitely.
where you put them is wherever you put them.
Yeah,
I don't think that. I thought you were about to sit here and tell me. I thought you were when you sat here and you told me two maybe of the best of all time. You need to clarify maybe best player of all time, best shooter of all time, because you cannot about to sit here and make me lose my mind. We're about to stop now on Why Stop Now.
Anyways, I'm gonna let you read off Team Chuck. We're gonna move on to Team Chuck.
Okay.
Chuck's Global Stars.
Because Chuck and Kenny will play. Yeah, he always is obsessed with these foreigners, and so he talks about it all the time.
No offense to anybody foreign. We love that the NBA is diverse, and it's not just America watching. We have everyone pays attention to the NBA.
Oh yeah, no,
We
for
can, we
sure.
can,
That's the
we can
reason it's the world.
thank Jordan and Kobe for that, though.
Yeah, when they went out, we can thank Jordan for that one in the Olympics and the Dream Team. You can watch The Last Dance. Everybody will remember.
And if you
Anyway,
watch the Redeem Team, you'll see where everyone in China was screaming Kobe's name over anybody else. Move on.
yeah, but they were only into basketball because Jordan started that. Anyways,
I didn't see not one Jordan jersey. I saw nothing but gold and purple.
yeah, because Jordan wasn't playing. Jordan was not playing then. I'm saying that international basketball is now a thing because of Jordan, because of the. This is who's on Charles Barkley's team, the Global Stars.
Charles
Shout out to you.
Barkley. Charles, what do you mean,
Yeah,
Chuck?
Team Chuck. Yeah, his name's Charles Barkley.
Why didn't you just say Chuck?
I'm about to use a word that rhymes with Chuck. Um, Nikola Jokic is on the team. Giannis is on the team. He's hurt though, so Trae Young is filling in.
Thanks
Then
for
you
filling
got
me in on that one last minute too.
yeah. Well, I'm figured since I'm reading it in, I would at least say it out loud before you say you didn't caught off guard later. They got SGA.
Watching the game
So
like
Jokic, SGA, Wimby. Great. We're off to a great start.
indeed.
Siakam, Alperen Sengun, Carl Anthony Towns, eh, Donovan Mitchell. Ah. All right, right. I'm like, okay. It's kicks back,
Not
and
mad
then
at
you got,
the last two.
Ice Trey, who in an All-Star game setting could be the key.
Yeah, he
Maybe
could.
just be the one.
When Trey gets hot, he gets heated up.
Because
Trey's
not gonna be out there looking for assists like that.
no.
But also, I think this could be a lot more competitive. But
And
they're
then
gonna play against Kenny, the Jet,
we got
and
my guy. Actually, I'm gonna start from who I think is probably the worst player on this team.
I'm probably about to be mind blown here.
Probably Tyler Hero, honestly, in my opinion.
I wouldn't argue it. He's having a great season.
He's having a good season, but again, in my opinion, LaMelo should have had his spot.
Yeah. Miller could have had. Yeah. Well, they
A
couldn't
lot of
take off any. They
spots.
had to have all those Cavs players because they have such a good season.
But move on from that because we can't do anything about it now. Anyways, Kenny's young stars. We got Tyler Hero. I think he's good. Is he great?
You just told us what you thought about Tyler Hero. So
We got Cade Cunningham, pretty nasty. I like Cade.
yeah, Cade is legit, dude.
Cade's,
Cade is legit. He is nasty.
we got Evan Mobley
Having a great season.
having a great season,
Great
but would
season.
he be on the All Stars if he wasn't on the Cavs?
No, not at all.
We got Darius Garland, yet
You can
another.
maybe say the same for him though. He's having a better season, I would say, than Mobley statistically. But like I said, I don't know.
In my opinion, right now, off the Cavs team, the only player that truly deserves to be an All Star is Donovan Mitchell.
You could rest the case for Darius Garland. He's played great,
Yeah,
consistent
you could
ball.
argue that one, but the only one to like truly like when
Start, yeah.
you look at it by
He's the face
definition,
of the team,
yeah,
of
you got
course.
Jalen Williams, another pretty good player.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, I can't stand him, man. I can't. I like Williams as a player, but he could potentially make me lose some money. So that's all I gotta say.
We got Jaren Jackson Jr.
He's a good defender.
Potentially the
I
two
didn't
best.
really.
Go
I
ahead.
mean, I didn't. Jaren, this team's not really blowing me away.
But then, last but not least, we got the two, in my personal opinion, best players on this Young Stars team. We got Jalen Brunson, nasty.
Oh yeah,
And then we also got my guy, Ant Edwards, which is also nasty.
All-Star game. He loves this. He loves to be
Yeah,
the star. He
it's
is the star.
yeah. So I mean,
So
again, in my personal opinion, honestly, not even personal opinion. If you think otherwise, you probably don't watch much basketball because those are definitely the two best players on that team.
oh, they are easily the two best players on that team. They're actually in another category of all-star than the rest.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Well, I'm pretty sure they're both starters,
Yeah,
but still, the fact that that's a weak team to me, honestly. It looks like it literally looks like you just read out the reserve lists plus two starters.
like 2 years ago, that would have been the reserve list plus two starters.
Yeah, it sounds like the Eastern Conference, or yeah, it sounds like the reserve list, dude.
Like, where's
Sounds.
LaMelo Ball?
I'm not gonna. We've already gotten in too much on this lovely night,
We have it's
but
this has been one of our longer episodes that we've had in a while, actually.
I didn't even realize it. But
Yeah,
you know what?
we hope
Hey,
you guys enjoy it.
I'm hyped for the All Star, man. That's all I gotta say. I'm hyped to watch that. We're watching Cohen Carr and freaking Zion or whoever you want. You could put anybody.
All right, what time do you work Sunday?
I don't know, 11 to 4. Yeah,
11 to
dude.
4. I am off all day, so let me know. We'll do it Sunday.
All right, well, let's ride, dude. Dang. All right, yeah, let's have a great night, everyone. Have a great whatever. Peace out.
Again, episode 20. Thanks everyone for returning. I hope you guys keep sharing, keep showing the love. Let us know what you think about the Rising Star, the dunk contest, the All Star sheets. Let us know if people.
Celebrity game.
It's like, I completely forgot about that. Honestly,
They've
who's
gotten
even in
whacked.
it? Anyways, let us know who you think got left out of the All Star game. Who should not have even been close to an All Star. Let us know your opinions. Like, comment, subscribe, share, do all the social media stuff. See you next time.